Tiffany, you went from topping the charts in the 80s to now cooking up a whole new kind of fan experience. How did pop life come to life?
Oh gosh, it's been 3 years in the making, and it started coming to life because of my touring. I mean, I've been doing this now almost 40 years. Can you believe it? Um, and I was just a little girl from Norwalk, California, who wanted to sing. My family knew nothing about the music industry, but my stepdad was like, "If this is what you want to do, we'll try it." So he just went around to local bands in San Diego, Norwalk, LA, wherever, and it was by word of mouth, and that led me to my first record deal at 14. But once I got signed, I started touring all over the world. Of course, I think Girl Alone Now went out, the album went number one, and that adventure became bigger than I ever planned. And I've always been somebody that, this is just an adventure. I love it. I love music. I love sharing my music with people. So when I started traveling outside of the United States, I didn't want to stay in the hotel. I wanted to go to all the local places to eat. I wanted to shop where all the local places were, and I wanted to really just know more about my fans. And that's where my foodie love came from. Remaking some of the dishes I was having on the road, trying to at least. I always asked a lot of questions with the chefs, like, "What is this?" And I was learning about Thai food and Indian food. And I just didn't, again, there was from Norwalk, California, we just didn't have these kind of restaurants. So there was always food around. And then that led to me going, you know what? I'd love to do some stuff with Food Network. So I did some hosting there. I did Guy Fieri versus Rachel Ray, where I did end up in the final. And it was really Guy who just, said, "I think there's something here. I mean, you're really passionate about cooking, and I threw you a lot of curveballs, and you hit them all. So, I think this you should stick with it." And I really took it to heart. Well, it's our very first Pop Life cookbook party. So these are going to, as I get off all this time tour, I'm going to start to do more Pop Life parties. They're 80s fun. We've got 80s music going. The food is coming out. You actually get to taste the food. I'm so excited because I've been waiting for this for a long time for my fans to actually taste all the recipes. Of course, I'm hosting, and so is Chef Alicia. There's a step and repeat. With your ticket, you do get the Pop Life cookbook, but this is the paperback. That is actually the hard copy book, so little different. That comes included to your ticket price, and you get to hang out with me. I mean, it's really a celebration of this cookbook. We'll be doing some other events from this point on, so lots of cookbook signings. I'm going to be living Pop Life, but our very first one is appropriately placed in Vegas.
Great. We're going to see you down there. We'll have the cameras, and of course, we'll put it on television. We're a Las Vegas station. We're in Pahrump, but we get a lot of people watching, and we're looking forward to being down there.
I love it. Been to Pahrump many times with my old friend Jack Reeves. Lots of times he was down there.
Oh, wow.
So, yep. Yeah. Awesome, guys. I'll see you soon then.
The event featured signature dishes inspired by the cookbook, themed food stations, photo opportunities, and appearances by pop star Tiffany and Chef Alicia. Guests were treated to a full retro experience with an 80s soundtrack playing throughout the night while celebrating the new cookbook, blending music, memories, and modern comfort food. KPVM spoke with Chef Alicia about bringing the flavors and fun of the 1980s back to life through food.
We're looking forward to a lot of stuff. Tiffany and I have just been extremely fortunate to have some fantastic fan engagement. People are really hyping up this cookbook. We're going to do a lot more events like this.
Does it inspire you when you come out here and you see all this?
It does. Well, and we love being with the fans. There's nothing better than just sort of like doing interviews like this, going to talk to fans, doing more interviews, talking to fans. It's really, really fun. So yeah, it's been great.
Right, that's terrific.
PopLifeCookbook.com is where the information is, all the information for cookbook number 4 for me, but you can also follow me at Dean Cuisine, which is my primary Instagram. You can follow me on Facebook at Alicia Chevatone. And I also have America's first multi-branch self-service cookbook library in America, which is called Nice Nice Bite. And you can find that at Palette, right down the street, Palette, Las Vegas. Yes.
All right.
Ooh, we're going to Pop Life, people. We are living it now.
So enjoy the cookbook if you got it tonight. Please make the recipes. Gather with your family, your friends. Have fun. It's all about having fun. The 80s were about fun.
Yes.
It really was. It was about being present with people. You know, I know we have these lovely devices in our hands, but it was about one-on-one connection. And that, I think, is what we represented in the cookbook as well as some fantastic recipes and a lot of fun. We're bringing you back to the 80s. You can not only just live the 80s and kind of reminisce, but you can taste the 80s.
Yeah.
But leveled up, of course. You've sure that.
I also want to say, too, that I think what's fantastic.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. The Vegas Golden Knights look to slam the door on the Utah Mammoth in Game 6 of the first round playoffs. These two teams have now met 9 times this season, which is basically a roommate situation now. Vegas took the last one 5-4 in overtime, thanks to a hat trick by Pavel Dorofeev, who clearly decided if the series ends, he's going out doing all the scoring himself. Game time tonight, 7 p.m. in Salt Lake City, where the altitude is high, and so is the stress level. Over on the diamond, the Las Vegas Aviators had their 5-game win streak grounded, losing 5-1 to Tacoma. Don't worry, it's not a slump, it's just a dramatic pause. They'll try to start a new streak tonight at 7:05. And in Because Vegas Needs One More Team news, an investor group has officially submitted a bid to bring an MLS franchise to Las Vegas, targeting the Vancouver Whitecaps FC. At this rate, Las Vegas is one team away from needing a sports traffic report. And finally, get ready for baseball, but make it chaos. The Banana Ball World Tour rolls into Las Vegas Ballpark for a 3-day showdown that kicked off on Thursday after selling out Yankee Stadium. If you've never seen Banana Ball, it's baseball with dancing, backflips, and rules that feel like they were written during a sugar rush. And that's your look at sports on News 25. Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. Mitch Martiner had 2 goals and an assist. Carter Hart stopped 21 shots, and the Vegas Golden Knights handled business with a 5-1 win over the Utah Mammoth in Game 6, closing out the first round series. Basically, Vegas didn't just win the series, they RSVP'd not interested to a Game 7. Now the Knights turn their attention to Anaheim in round 2 tonight, because in the playoffs there's no such thing as a break, just slightly less stress between games. Turning to the 2026 NFL Draft, a big moment for Las Vegas talent. 3 local standouts heard their names called. Jeremy Bernard out of Liberty High went 47th overall to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Bishop Gorman product, Zachariah Branch, followed in the 3rd round. And another Las Vegas high school standout also punched his ticket to the league. So yeah, Vegas isn't just producing casinos and concerts. We're apparently exporting NFL talent now too. And we take a moment to remember John Sterling, the longtime voice of the New York Yankees who passed away at the age of 87. Sterling spent parts of 36 seasons behind the mic, calling more than 5,400 regular season games and over 200 postseason matchups. Known for his signature style and unforgettable calls, he became one of the most recognizable voices in baseball history.
Swung on and hit in the air to deep right. It is high, mid is far. It is gone. Away back in the right center field bleachers. 3/4 of the way back. A thriller from Godzilla.
Come fly with me. Let's float on to Peru. In Llama Land, there's a one-man band, and he'll toot his flute for you.
You're coming to Pahrump Artesian Cellars on Mother's Day? Tell us about your show and what you got planned.
Well, I have an unscripted show when I come there. It makes no sense. It just the title of the show is no script, no set list, just music, and the people that are there can pick anything that I sing, from Tony Bennett and all the crooners, maybe to Ozzy Osbourne. I've gotten Ozzy Osbourne requests right there at Artesian Cellars too. It's just fun, off the cuff humor. I tell stories and sing songs.
Can you tell the story about being discovered at an Arby's drive-through? I saw that on your website and had to ask.
It is true. It is true. Working my way through college, I was always busy, and I worked the night shift at an Arby's drive-through, and a guy came through. It was rush hour, so it was really busy. A guy came through, liked my spiel. I had a little Casey Kasem type spiel on the microphone.
Can you do it for us?
Yeah. You talk like Casey Kasem. Oh, welcome. Welcome to the American Top 40. Welcome to Arby's. Do you have any coupons? Would you like some cookies? And he got such a kick out of it. When he got up to the window, he had a business card in his hand. He put it in the window, and he said, if you ever wanted to do something using your voice, I run a company, and give me a call. And then he drove off. He forgot his food. And we're also out at Long Street Casino. If you guys are in Pahrump,
Amargosa, right?
That's not too far. We've been going there for almost 8 years now. We'll be there not this weekend, but the following weekend. And we go there almost every other weekend. And for 4 hours a night, Fridays and Saturdays, we just cut loose and have fun. So I really encourage the folks in Pahrump to come out. And if you want to make it a staycation, use my name and you'll get a discount at the hotel.
The real bar, you're a part of me still. For you were my thrill. Oh, New Betty Hill.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports, and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The Vegas Golden Knights return home tonight for Game 2 against the Anaheim Ducks at T-Mobile Arena. Puck drop is set for 6:30. Vegas hopes to keep the Ducks grounded. Meanwhile, President Donald Trump revived the Presidential Physical Fitness Award as part of a push to bring annual fitness testing back to schools nationwide. Fitness? I'm about fitting this pizza into my mouth. Some students are already preparing for the mile run by aggressively stretching the truth about why they forgot their gym clothes. The Women's National Basketball Association is gearing up for a historic 30th season after reaching a transformational new collective bargaining agreement earlier this year. Now the focus shifts back to the court, where the Las Vegas Aces are chasing a 4th championship in 5 years. The season also features the return of Caitlin Clark after injuries sidelined her much of the season last year, along with the debut of expansion teams, the Portland Fire and the Toronto Tempo. The WNBA keeps growing fast. At this point, the Aces games are becoming harder to get into than a Vegas buffet in the 90s. And down at the local level, the Pahrump Valley Trojan softball team heads to the 3A Southern Regionals May 7th through the 9th at Boulder City High School. Good luck, Trojans, and remember, playoff softball in Nevada means 2 opponents, the other team and the Desert Wind. And that's your look at sports on News 25. Time now for your News 25 look at sports, and streaming at KPVM.TV and now on Roku devices. The Vegas Golden Knights came just 5.6 seconds away from being shut out Wednesday night before finally breaking through, but it wasn't enough as the Anaheim Ducks beat Vegas 3-1 to even the second-round playoff series at 1 game apiece. Anaheim goalie Lucas Dostal was absolutely locked in all night. Honestly, the guy was stopping pucks like he had the cheat codes turned on. Now the series shifts back to Anaheim for Game 3 Friday night, where Vegas hopes to remind everybody they are, in fact, allowed to score before the final 6 seconds of a hockey game. Meanwhile, the Southern Nevada Sports Hall of Fame is set to induct its 2026 class Friday night at Lee's Family Forum in Henderson. Raiders and Aces owner Mark Davis headlines this year's class, along with longtime basketball coach Tim Grigorich, golf standout Ryan Moore, and NBA executive Mark Warkentine. Cliff Finley will also receive the inaugural Legacy Award. The sold-out ceremony celebrates some of the biggest names and contributors in Las Vegas sports history. Basically, it's like the Avengers of Southern Nevada sports, except with fewer capes and more golf stories. And college basketball fans, the Players Era Festival is coming back to Las Vegas this fall and getting even bigger. The early season tournament expands from 18 to 24 teams across 2 tournaments in November, with all the games airing on ESPN networks. So yes, Las Vegas continues its quest to host literally every sporting event on Earth. And locally, the Pahrump Valley High School Trojans are hosting the Track 3A, 2A, and 1A Southern Region Championships on May 9th. Events run all day starting at 8 a.m. Go Trojans! And that's your look at sports on News 25. Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. Game 3 tonight between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Anaheim Ducks. Puck drop at 6:30. Vegas looking to bounce back after the Ducks tied the series because apparently Anaheim remembered they're allowed to score goals too. Meanwhile, if playoff hockey isn't dangerous enough for you, Caesars Palace says daredevil Colby Raha will attempt a motorcycle jump across the resort's front fountains Sunday, May 17th, trying to break his own world record with a 100-foot leap. The stunt takes place at the same spot where Evel Knievel made his legendary 1967 jump attempt. The jump celebrates Caesars Palace entering its 60th year and the grand opening of Omnia Day Club and Sky Bar. Meanwhile, fans who attended Night 1 of the 2023 Las Vegas Grand Prix could soon see some money coming back after a class action lawsuit settlement involving Formula One and Liberty Media. You'll remember that was the event where fans paid Formula One prices and got a lovely nighttime view of construction cones. Over to hoops, the Las Vegas Aces are chasing another championship this season. Looking for their 4th title in 5 years, the Aces open Saturday against the Phoenix Mercury at 12:30. And locally, good luck to the Pahrump Valley Trojans boys golf team. They're heading to the state tournament May 12th and 13th at Boulder Creek Golf Club. Go Trojans! And that's your look at sports on News 25. Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. The Anaheim Ducks clipped the Vegas Golden Knights 4-3 Sunday night in Game 4, evening up the second round series at 2 games apiece. So basically, this series is now tighter than playoff pants after a Vegas buffet weekend. Game 5 heads back to Las Vegas Tuesday night with Game 6 returning to Anaheim Thursday. At this point, home ice advantage means slightly less booing during warm-ups. Meanwhile, the Las Vegas Aces bounced back in a big way. Kennedy Carter dropped 22 points, Jackie Young added 20 points and 9 assists. And the Aces rolled past Los Angeles 105-78 Sunday in the Sparks season opener. After getting blasted by Phoenix in their opener, the Aces responded by shooting 62% from the field, which is apparently what happens when a championship team takes getting embarrassed personally. The Aces are back in action Wednesday and Friday in Connecticut. On the baseball diamond, the Las Vegas Aviators head north Tuesday to Reno for the latest edition of the Battle of Nevada, which is basically Nevada's version of a family road trip. Loud, competitive, and somebody's definitely coming home annoyed. And locally, the Pahrump Valley Trojans baseball and softball teams begin the 3A Southern State Tournament this week. Good luck to the Trojans. And that's your look at sports on News 25. Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. The Vegas Golden Knights and Anaheim Ducks are tied at 2, which means tonight's Game 5 in Vegas is basically hockey's version of Who Forgot to Text Back First. Puck drops at 6:30 p.m., or approximately the same time Vegas fans start stress-eating arena nachos like they're part of the defensive strategy. Meanwhile, the Las Vegas Aces hit the road for Connecticut with games Wednesday and Friday. The Aces are hoping the East Coast trip goes smoother than most people's red-eye flights. Big news on the ice, the PWHL is expected to announce Las Vegas as the league's 10th franchise as early as Wednesday at T-Mobile Arena. Local girls' hockey organizations have been invited for the announcement event, proving once again that hockey in the desert somehow went from that'll never work to build more ice. And in local sports, Pahrump Valley heads to Sparks for the 2026 State Track Championships at Proctor Hug High School. Go Trojans! And that's your look at sports on News 25. Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. The Vegas Golden Knights are now one win away from punching their ticket to the next round after Pavel Dorofeev played hero in overtime, lifting Vegas to a 3-2 win over Anaheim and a 3-2 series lead. Game 6 shifts back to Anaheim Thursday night, where Duck fans are hoping their team can survive longer than Vegas traffic after a Raiders game. Meanwhile, Golden Knights defenseman Brayden McNabb is headed to a player safety hearing Wednesday after a big hit on Anaheim's Ryan Poehling in Game 5. Officials handed McNabb a 5-minute major and a game misconduct in the first period. Big news for hockey fans off the ice. The PWHL is officially expanding to Las Vegas and Hamilton, Ontario. That means Vegas keeps adding pro teams faster than casinos add resort fees. And in local sports, Pahrump Valley Little League is celebrating closing day ceremonies May 16th at 10 a.m. at the clubhouse on Field 1. There will be hot dogs, hamburgers, and a celebration of the season. And that's your look at sports on News 25. Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. The Vegas Golden Knights will be without defenseman Brayden McNabb for a pivotal Game 6 after the Department of Player Safety suspended him one game Wednesday for interference. Apparently, the Department of Player Safety looked at the hit and said, yeah, maybe let's all calm down for the day. McNabb will miss Game 6 of the Western Conference second round against the Anaheim Ducks Thursday night at Honda Center. Puck drops at 6:30 p.m. Vegas fans are hoping the Knights still bring the hits, just the legal kind this time. Meanwhile, coming behind Resorts World on May 24th, the Enhanced Games, a high-performance sports event featuring swimming, track, and weightlifting, where athletes are actually encouraged to use performance-enhancing drugs. So basically, the slogan is faster, higher, stronger, and maybe vibrating slightly. Somewhere a baseball player from the early 2000s is saying, finally, my league. The NFL schedule release week is finally here. The Las Vegas Raiders' full schedule drops Thursday, with some prime time and holiday games already announced. And good luck to the Pahrump Valley Trojans track team as they head to the 2026 Class 5A, 3A, 2A, and 1A state championships. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
I am at the Capitol building in front of the Nevada Law Enforcement Memorial.
Oh, wow. Did you go up there for an event?
Yeah, we have 4 people just graduated from the academy up here. And so we came up here for that and on the way back to the airport.
And you are going to be part of an event this Saturday, May 16th, at Romero's. It's called Tip-A-Cop. Can you tell us all about that event?
It is. Yeah, it's being held at Romero's Restaurant at 290 Homawaka. It is on Saturday from 4 to 7, and all tips given to any of the Nye County Sheriff's deputies and employees who are serving and waiting tables, all tips will go to Nevada Special Olympics. Well, the way it works is you're tipping us because we are your server. And so we're going to be walking around serving your meals and your drinks and whatever. And when you tip us, that money goes to Special Olympics.
I hear that some people could probably even tip you into a tank of water. Is that true?
Well, there is going to be a dunk tank there. And I heard, I can neither confirm nor deny, that there may be a celebrity dunkee.
Okay, so it may or may not be you.
It may or may not be.
Well,
I cannot confirm or deny.
All right, so we'll skip that part. So this is Saturday from what time?
From 4 to 7.
4 to 7, and that's over at Romero's and
Romero's Restaurant, 290 Homawaka. It is right across the street from the Dodge dealership, site at Trudeau.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. How about them Golden Knights? They're headed to the Western Conference Final after absolutely steamrolling the Ducks 5-1 Thursday night. Mitch Marner scored an insane goal just 62 seconds into the game, which is how long Anaheim fans had hope. Pavel Dorofeev added 2 third-period goals as Vegas wrapped things up faster than a tourist, losing money on the Strip. The Knights now face the Colorado Avalanche in the Western Conference Finals. Single-ticket games are on sale now. Game 1 is Wednesday, May 20th at 5 p.m. in Denver. So yes, start emotionally preparing now. The Las Vegas Raiders officially released their 2026 schedule. Week 1 features the Raiders hosting the Miami Dolphins September 13th. Raiders fans already circling the calendar like it's a national holiday or another reason to yell at the TV. And the annual Battle for Vegas charity softball game returns June 27th to Las Vegas Ballpark. Riley Smith will captain Team Golden Knights, and Brock Bowers leads Team Raiders. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Count on leadership that puts your vote first. A commitment to secure elections with zero tolerance for voter fraud in Nye County. Because every legal vote should count, and only legal voters should count. Bringing back essential services like notary and passports while modernizing outreach so every resident stays informed. Faster, more efficient election results, stronger voter ID standards, and accurate, timely public records you can trust. Reliable, transparent, accountable. Early voting runs May 23rd through June 5th. Make your voice heard and count on integrity. Paid for by Caleb Alfer, Nye County Clerk.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. The Vegas Golden Knights are headed to the Western Conference Finals against the Colorado Avalanche. Game 1 is Wednesday, May 20th at 5 p.m. in Denver, where Vegas hopes the altitude only affects the Avalanche fans and not the scoreboard. Chelsea Gray hit a fadeaway jumper with 3.6 seconds left to lift the Las Vegas Aces to an 85-84 win over the Atlanta Dream on Sunday. Chelsea Gray, so smooth under pressure, she probably parallel parks in one try. Las Vegas' new professional women's hockey league franchise has named Dominique Didia as its first general manager. She's already helping build the roster ahead of the June 17th draft, because apparently building a hockey team in Vegas is now more popular than building a casino. And Daredevil Colby Raha pulled off multiple motorcycle jumps over 100 feet high across the fountains at Caesar's Palace Sunday afternoon. The stunt happened at the same location where Evel Knievel made history in 1967. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
On Saturday, May 16th, the Nye County Sheriff's Office partnered with Romero's Mexican Restaurant in Pahrump for a special community fundraiser benefiting the Special Olympics of Southern Nevada. The event took place from 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. and brought together local residents, law enforcement, and business owners for an evening focused on supporting athletes with intellectual disabilities while raising money for an important cause. Throughout the event, deputies and members of the sheriff's office traded in their uniforms for aprons as they helped serve meals to customers inside the restaurant. Organizers say all tips earned during the fundraiser went directly to support the Special Olympics of Southern Nevada to help support local athletes, competitions, and programs across the region. Community members packed Romero's throughout the evening, creating a lively and energetic atmosphere as families and supporters gathered to enjoy food, music, and entertainment while contributing to the fundraiser. Outside in the parking lot, guests were treated to live music performed by KPVM's own Mikey from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m., adding to the festive environment and helping draw in even more community support.
Let's dunk the sheriff. We can't even dunk the deputy. Oh, oh, oh. Everybody from Pahrump Town wants to throw a bag at the water thing. You can even throw a whole bucket on them for $20. And I think that's a pretty cool rule. Let's dunk the sheriff. Let's dunk him for charity. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Let's dunk the sheriff. We can dunk him for charity. Oh, sorry, you heard me.
One of the biggest attractions of the evening gave attendees the opportunity to cool off Sheriff Joe McGill and Under Sheriff Corey Fowles by dumping water on them as part of the fundraiser activities. Community members lined up to participate, with plenty of laughs shared throughout the event. Organizers say the fundraiser saw a large turnout from the community, with residents showing strong support for both local law enforcement and the Special Olympics mission. By the end of the evening, approximately $3,000 had been raised to benefit Special Olympics of Southern Nevada. Officials say events like this not only help raise money for a meaningful cause, but also strengthen the connection between law enforcement and the community they serve. Count on leadership that puts your vote first. A commitment to secure elections with zero tolerance for voter fraud in Nye County. Because every legal vote should count, and only legal voters should count. Bringing back essential services like notary and passports while modernizing outreach so every resident stays informed. Faster, more efficient election results, stronger voter ID standards, and accurate, timely public records you can trust. Reliable, transparent, accountable. Early voting runs May 23rd through June 5th. Make your voice heard and count on integrity. Paid for by Caleb Ball for Nye County Clerk.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. The stage is set. A heavyweight Western Conference final between the Vegas Golden Knights and the Colorado Avalanche beginning Wednesday night in Denver. Basically, it's hockey's version of two freight trains meeting on the same track, except both trains have beards and missing teeth. The Las Vegas Aviators return to Las Vegas Ballpark to host the Albuquerque Isotopes in a 6-game series beginning tonight. First pitch, 7:05. The Isotopes name still sounds less like a baseball team and more like something your science teacher warned you not to touch without gloves. Monday, May 18th, marked the state of Phase 3 for the Las Vegas Raiders, launching a 4-week stretch of organized team practice activities, or OTAs. The Raiders will cap off the OTAs with a 3-day mandatory minicamp from June 9th through the 11th. And finally, the Enhanced Games will be held in Las Vegas over Memorial Day weekend, featuring swimming, track, weightlifting, and a strongman exhibition. Organizers say it's like the Summer Olympics, except athletes are encouraged to use science to enhance performance. So basically, what happens in Vegas now also benches 600 pounds in Vegas. The event will be held in front of an invite-only crowd of 2,500 people on Sunday. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Count on leadership that puts your vote first. A commitment to secure elections with zero tolerance for voter fraud in Nye County. Because every legal vote should count, and only legal voters should count. Bringing back essential services like notary and passports while modernizing outreach so every resident stays informed. Faster, more efficient election results, stronger voter ID standards, and accurate, timely public records you can trust. Reliable, transparent, accountable. Early voting runs May 23rd through June 5th. Make your voice heard and count on integrity. Paid for by Caleb Ball for Nye County Clerk.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. For the first time since their 2023 Stanley Cup Championship run, the Vegas Golden Knights are one of the final 4 teams still standing, which means Las Vegas officially dropped another 40% this week. Vegas takes on the Colorado Avalanche in the Western Conference Final starting tonight in Denver. That game just kicked off. The NHL reportedly isn't budging on its punishment for the Golden Knights and head coach John Tortorella. The team appealed the penalties, including the loss of a second-round draft pick and a $100,000 fine for Tortorella Tuesday morning. Jeremy Bernard is officially heading to the NFL. The Liberty High School standout signed his rookie contract with the Pittsburgh Steelers after being selected 47th overall in last month's draft. And the Pahrump Valley Trojans girls softball team are state champions once again. For the first time since 2019, the Lady Trojans captured their 5th Class 3A state title up in Spanish Springs last weekend, proving once again that Pahrump doesn't just produce desert heat, it produces trophies too. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Count on leadership that puts your vote first. A commitment to secure elections with zero tolerance for voter fraud in Nye County. Because every legal vote should count, and only legal voters should count. Bringing back essential services like notary and passports while modernizing outreach so every resident stays informed. Faster, more efficient election results, stronger voter ID standards, and accurate, timely public records you can trust. Reliable, transparent, accountable. Early voting runs May 23rd through June 5th. Make your voice heard and count on integrity. Paid for by Caleb Ball for Nye County Clerk.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. Dylan Coughlin scored his first playoff goal to get Vegas rolling. Carter Hart made 36 saves and the Golden Knights opened the Western Conference Final by holding off the Colorado Avalanche 4-2 Wednesday night. Apparently the Knights decided altitude sickness is only for tourists. Vegas now leads the series 1-0. And suddenly, Colorado fans are realizing Rocky Mountain High was not supposed to describe their blood pressure. Game 2 is Friday night in Denver. The world's largest gymnastics event is flipping its way to Las Vegas. USA Gymnastics announced Las Vegas will host the World Gymnastrada in 2031, bringing more than 20,000 athletes from over 50 countries to town. The Las Vegas Aviators dropped a nail-biter to the Albuquerque Isotope 6-5 Wednesday night. Another rematch is set for tonight at 7:05. At this point, the bullpen may want frequent flyer miles for all the close games. And Flavor Flav is bringing celebration of women's sports to the Las Vegas Strip. Clark County approved She's Got Game weekend, which includes a July 16th parade from Bellagio down to Toshiba Plaza. Flavor Flav says the event will celebrate women athletes. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
No room for hate in my heart today.
Oh hey, I was just watching my new video for my new single, No Room for Hate. It's available everywhere, on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music. I'll be performing it on Saturday, May 23rd at Artesian Cellars. I'll be mixing in the best of the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and beyond with some of my original music. Hopefully you can come. That's Artesian Cellars, Saturday, May 23rd from 6 to 9 p.m. Hope to see you there.
Count on leadership that puts your vote first. A commitment to secure elections with zero tolerance for voter fraud in Nye County. Because every legal vote should count, and only legal voters should count. Bringing back essential services like notary and passports while modernizing outreach so every resident stays informed. Faster, more efficient election results, stronger voter ID standards, and accurate, timely public records you can trust. Reliable, transparent, accountable. Early voting runs May 23rd through June 5th. Make your voice heard and count on integrity. Paid for by Caleb Ball for Nye County Clerk.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. The Vegas Golden Knights return to the ice tonight in Denver, chasing something rarer than a hat trick in this desert town, a 2-0 playoff series lead. Vegas has won all 3 game ones of this postseason, which is great until you remember Utah and Anaheim. Both slapped them right back in game 2. Apparently the Knights forgot to read the rest of the script. The Athletics are pushing forward on their $2 billion Las Vegas ballpark set to open in 2028, with or without the fancy Bally's development around it. Think of it as moving into your dream house before the neighborhood is finished. The A's entered Thursday in first place in the AL West at 25-24, a game ahead of the Texas Rangers, proving you don't need a finished zip code to play winning baseball. The Los Angeles Sparks roll into town to face the Aces on Saturday night, tip-off at 5 p.m. The Aces sit at 4-1 overall. The Sparks are 2-3. Vegas likes those odds. And finally, college hoops is coming back to Las Vegas in November, with the Players Era Festival splitting into 2 tournaments this year. 24 schools, 2 brackets, back-to-back weekends at T-Mobile Arena and Michelob Ultra Arena, because one weekend of basketball wasn't enough. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Count on leadership that puts your vote first. A commitment to secure elections with zero tolerance for voter fraud in Nye County. Because every legal vote should count, and only legal voters should count. Bringing back essential services like notary and passports while modernizing outreach so every resident stays informed. Faster, more efficient election results, stronger voter ID standards, and accurate, timely public records you can trust. Reliable, transparent, accountable. Early voting runs May 23rd through June 5th. Make your voice heard and count on integrity. Paid for by Caleb Ball for Nye County Clerk.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. Captain Mark Stone and Cole Smith scored for Vegas, and the Golden Knights absolutely suffocated Colorado's high-powered offense Tuesday night in a 2-1 win to complete an unthinkable sweep and punch their ticket to a 3rd Stanley Cup final in 9 seasons. The Avalanche came into the series looking like an offensive juggernaut and left looking like they forgot the Wi-Fi password. Vegas will now wait to see whether they play Carolina or Montreal. The Las Vegas Aviators edged the Tacoma Rainiers 4-3 Tuesday night. The 2 teams run it back tonight at 6:05. Meanwhile, the Aviators pitcher Gage Jump is reportedly headed to the Oakland Athletics roster, while starter Aaron Savali lands on the injured list. The Las Vegas Aces are back on the road Thursday night, taking on the Dallas Wings in Arlington. Vegas is looking to extend its 4-game winning streak on the road. And in Henderson, the new sports facility, formerly known as the West Henderson Fieldhouse, officially has a new name, Henderson Sport and Social. So congratulations to Henderson on officially sounding less like a gym and more like the hottest new brunch spot where your friend says, "You have to try the avocado toast." And finally, records fell, medals were earned, and personal bests became a regular occurrence for the Pahrump Valley High School track and field team during a memorable 2026 season that wrapped up at the NIAA Class 3A State Championships in Sparks on May 15th and 16th. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Count on leadership that puts your vote first. A commitment to secure elections with zero tolerance for voter fraud in Nye County. Because every legal vote should count, and only legal voters should count. Bringing back essential services like notary and passports while modernizing outreach so every resident stays informed. Faster, more efficient election results, stronger voter ID standards, and accurate, timely public records you can trust. Reliable, transparent, accountable. Early voting runs May 23rd through June 5th. Make your voice heard and count on integrity. Paid for by Caleb Ball for Nye County Clerk.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. UNLV baseball coach Stan Stolt is retiring after 16 years with the Rebels program. Stolt spent years building the program, developing players, and probably arguing with umpires longer than some marriages last. At 64, he says it's time to step away and maybe finally enjoy a baseball game without needing antacids by the 7th inning. 3 Las Vegas locations have landed on Yelp's list of top 100 sports bars. Coming in at number 2 is McMullen's Irish Pub near Tropicana in Decatur. At number 16 is Hoff Brauhaus, where the beer steins are apparently heavy enough to count as arm day. And at number 30, Roadrunner Saloon, where locals gather to watch games and loudly explain to everyone exactly how the coach should have done it differently. The Las Vegas Aviators beat the Tacoma Rainiers Wednesday night to extend their winning streak to 3 games with a 4-2 victory. The Aviators are heating up faster than the asphalt in a Vegas parking lot. Rematch tonight at 7:05. And the Las Vegas Aces are taking on the Dallas Wings at College Park Center. That game is currently in progress, meaning somewhere in Las Vegas. Fans are stress-eating nachos and yelling advice at the television like Becky Hammond can hear them through the screen. And that's your look at sports on News 25.
Count on leadership that puts your vote first. A commitment to secure elections with zero tolerance for voter fraud in Nye County. Because every legal vote should count, and only legal voters should count. Bringing back essential services like notary and passports while modernizing outreach so every resident stays informed. Faster, more efficient election results, stronger voter ID standards, and accurate, timely public records you can trust. Reliable, transparent, accountable. Early voting runs May 23rd through June 5th. Make your voice heard and count on integrity. Paid for by Caleb Ball for Nye County Clerk.
Time now for your News 25 look at sports and streaming at KPVM.tv and now on Roku devices. The Vegas Golden Knights still don't know exactly when they'll start chasing another Stanley Cup, but they do know they're packing their bags. The NHL released 2 possible Stanley Cup final schedules. If Carolina finishes off Montreal in Game 5 tonight, the final begins June 2nd in Raleigh. If the Canadiens keep their season alive, the series won't start until June 4th. Basically, the Golden Knights are waiting on the Eastern Conference to stop hitting the snooze button. UNLV is about to get plenty of national attention in year 2 under head coach Dan Mullen. The Rebels are scheduled for at least 11 national television appearances this season, including a Week 0 showdown against Memphis on August 29th on Fox. The Las Vegas Aces dropped a 95-87 decision to the Dallas Wings on Thursday night. Azzy Fudd scored 22 points in her first WNBA start, while Jessica Shepard posted her second triple-double of the season. The Aces will try to bounce back in the win column Sunday at Golden State. Meanwhile, not every big competition involves skates, bats, or basketballs. The annual Jim Butler Days celebration in Tonopah hosted the Nevada State Horseshoe Pitching Association's tournament last week. And if you're looking for some local competition this weekend, the Mike Norton Memorial Singles Horseshoe Tournament takes place Saturday at Petrec Park in Pahrump. Entry is $21 and sign-ins begin at 9 a.m. It's one of the few sporting events where hearing the phrase, "nice ringer," is actually a compliment. And that's your look at sports on News 25.